welcome to Casual Buddhism. I'm your host, Cindy Rasicot, and I'm joined here every week with Venerable Dhammananda Bhikkhuni, who is Thailand's first fully ordained Theravada nun. And tonight we are joined by Andrea Passarella, and she is a current graduate student researching the role of the matriarchy in families and societies. She is most interested in the beautiful ways women are connected through lineage and the universality of women's roles in shaping culture and societies. So thank you for joining us, Andrea, and welcome, Venerable. And well, I think we talked about a question you had in mind for Venerable regarding matriarchy. Wasn't it something to do with her view of matriarchy or something like that?
Yeah, it was a pretty straightforward question. What is matriarchy in your view?
I was teaching my students in class about how to say vak. You know how our alphabet, our Thai alphabet as well as Pali alphabet is divided according to the base of the sound that is made. So the very first vak is ka, 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 nga. The second one is cha, 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 nya. Na. The third one, ta, 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 na. And the fourth one, pa, 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 ma. The fourth one is with the lips. And that is how babies, this is easiest one. So the baby developed this one, the fourth one, which is pa, 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 ma. And that's how you get ma, ma, papa, mama. This from the lips. So, and before they say pa, they usually say ma.
Yeah.
So matriarchy actually comes from the very first sound that the baby could make.
Right.
It's ma. Yeah.
Right.
So it's always mother. In Buddhist culture, it's very beautiful. The Buddha always mentioned about the mother before the father. Yes, when we do our chanting, when we do our prayer, it's always Mata Pitu. It is mother and father. So if we recognize this nature, that when we were, each one of us, when we were brought into this world, it's through mother. So therefore, if we recognize this natural beauty and respect this natural beauty, recognizing them according to their importance in our life, then we are on the right path. So therefore, matriarchy is the very first step for each one of us to come to this world. We have to recognize that.
I really love that. I have to say, I started with my own ancestral lineage, being Italian, from southern Italy, and the women had a place, right? It was the traditional roles, the cooking, the cleaning, they were in the kitchen, and nowadays that's seen as sort of like I want to use the right word, but like a weak, like women are more than that, right? And at the same time, I think, but there's so much strength in the way they held the family together from the kitchen. It didn't matter. It just, everything. It was like as I do my research, I came to this feeling and this realization that it's really the heartbeat of the home. It's the central nervous system. It's so much more than this sort of role, I think, that we kind of can get caught up arguing about. And yet I think what you're saying is it all comes from the mother. And the women's hands have been on my life to shape
Yes.
who I am.
Yes, you know, when a young child, a toddler, you know, when he started walking, he or she started walking, and he or she fell, and when he or she cried, it's always for the mother to pick him up, to pick her up, you know. So if we recognize this, the natural connection that we actually have with our own mother, recognize her, respect her accordingly. Right now, we are not respecting that mother nature. I am not saying mother as a person. I am saying the mother nature, which is also in the man as well as in the woman. So that's why in the Chinese philosophy, they recognize this, you know, they have this two power, the yin and the yang, the balancing between the yin and the yang. And we have to recognize both of them.
Right, right. Yes, I definitely hear that. I hear that.
Andrea, behind your search, your research, is there something that you're searching for or trying to evoke or teach people about the matriarchy?
Well, I think similar to what the Venerable is saying here is I feel that because, you know, I'm of a certain age, and I think that you can fall into these sort of roles that that you can kind of, you know, if you're an independent woman, you're not the matriarchal, you know, but I think what I hear the Venerable saying here is, you know, we all have both the female and the male, right? What I'm really interested in is the conversation specifically among women from different backgrounds, from different cultures, that it's just a place to begin this connectivity that we share in just being women, right? And that that it's a strong place, it's a solid place to begin from. And so I think that one of the bigger pictures I think about is that if we can start with this real care for each other because we are connected just by virtue of being women. When a woman's child suffers, or here in America, there's so much violence, specifically around young Black males, that we come together to care for the mother of these children, or there's school shootings, there's so much violence that I feel like it's the mother, that woman energy, that the more we can connect. That's sort of what I want to ultimately get to that conversation. But I think right now I'm in this exploration of it's a very inclusive research project, I think, you know, because we all have mothers and we all come from mothers.
Yes, I think, Andrea, it's very important that as a mother, we do have this natural healing power. Yes, I really believe that we have that nurturing and healing power in a way that we can actually address the ills of the world. I think the world has gone too far, you know, using this male energy to a point of now they really need balance. And that is how it is more important for us to promote, to bring women, to bring the world to a better understanding of how we have been neglecting this women, the female power, the recognition of female power, recognition of women at different levels in society.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, thank you. Andrea, did you have anything else you wanted to ask or discuss? Or do you feel?
In fact, this is the very first, first step to our larger conversation about this matriarchy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm just getting started.
Yes, yes.
Well, thank
Yes.
you.
So Andrea, you can always come back and we can continue on this, this
Oh,
larger project that it has to be addressed. It need to be addressed. Yes.
yes. And I'm doing it through different modalities at the moment. So I'm using a lot of art. I'm using a lot of video projection, photographs. And the most important thing is I want it to feel inclusive, So one of my research questions is, whose hands have helped shape your life? And the last installation I did, people answered in many different languages, which was so awesome, because that's at the heart of this beginning, just being on this threshold. So that's that connection that I want to explore. Yeah. Thank you so much. This was lovely.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Venerable. And we will see you next week. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Thank you.